Hello everyone, welcome to a new session. Today we'll look at Lesson 62, After the Fire. 大家好，今天我们学习第62课，大火之后 After the Fire. The text is about what people did after a big forest fire. 这篇课文呢，讲的是一场森林大火之后人们采取的措施。Okay, let's first take a look at the keywords and expressions. Get something under control. Desolate. Threaten. Destruction. Authority. Order. Grass seed. Spray. In huge quantities. Take root. In place of. Patch. Blackened. Well, as usual, I'm going to give you 4 questions on the text to help you grasp the story. 下面还是和往常一样，给大家提4个问题，帮助大家了解课文的内容。一起来看一下。Question number 1. How long did it take the firemen to get the forest fire under control? 消防队员花了多长时间才把森林大火控制住？ Question number 2. Why were the surrounding villages of the hills threatened with destruction? 山丘周围的村庄为什么受到了毁灭的威胁？ Question number 3. What did the forest authorities do after the fire had been put out? 大火被扑灭之后，林业当局采取了什么措施？ Question number 4. What had begun to appear in the blackened soil in place of the great trees? 是什么代替了原来的参天大树，出现在那片烧焦的土地上？
Firemen had been fighting the forest fire for nearly 3 weeks before they could get it under control. A short time before, great trees had covered the countryside for miles around. Now, smoke still rose up from the warm ground over the desolate hills. Winter was coming on, and the hills threatened the surrounding villages with destruction. For heavy rain would not only wash away the soil, but would cause serious floods as well. When the fire had at last been put out, the forest authorities ordered several tons of a special type of grass seed which would grow quickly. The seed was sprayed over the ground in huge quantities by aeroplanes. The planes had been planting seed for nearly a month when it began to rain. By then, however, in many places the grass had already taken root. In place of the great trees which had been growing there for centuries, patches of green had begun to appear in the blackened soil.
Okay, now we are going to answer the questions. How long did it take the firemen to get the forest fire under control? 消防队员花了多长时间才将森林大火控制住？ It took them nearly 3 weeks. 他们花了将近3个礼拜的时间。Why were the surrounding villages of the hills threatened with destruction? 山丘周围的村庄为什么受到了毁灭的威胁？ Because heavy rain would not only wash away the soil of the hills, but would cause serious floods as well. 因为大雨不仅会冲走山丘上的土壤，而且还会引起严重的水灾。What did the forest authorities do after the fire had been put out. 大火被扑灭之后，林业当局采取了什么措施？ They ordered several tons of special type of grass seed which would grow quickly. 林业当局呢订购了几吨草籽，这种草籽是一种特殊类型的草籽，它们生长得很快。What had begun to appear in the blackened soil in place of the great trees? 是什么代替那些参天的大树出现在这片烧焦的土地上？ It's patches of green that took place of the great trees to appear on the blackened soil. 代替那些参天大树的呢，是一片片的绿草出现在这片烧焦的土地上。Okay, that's it for the questions and answers. Now, let's move on to language points. Firemen had been fighting the forest fire for nearly 3 weeks before they could get it under control. 消防队员和森林大火搏斗了将近3个星期，才把火势控制住。这个句子中用了过去完成进行时 had been fighting， 表示过去某段时间内一直进行的动作。Fight 在这里呢是及物动词，意思是和什么搏斗。Fight cancer 和癌症搏斗。Fight temptation 抵制诱惑。Get something under control 意思是把什么控制住。The flood has been brought under control. 洪水被控制住了。那么这里呢是用 brought， 也就是 bring something under control， 替代了原来的 get， 这也是一个常用的词组。The authorities finally managed to get the situation under control. 当局终于把局势控制住了。另外，请大家注意一下 before 作为连词的用法，前面我们已经讲过。那么在这里呢 ，before 可以译成才怎么样。Winter was coming on, and the hills threatened the surrounding villages with destruction, for heavy rain would not only wash away the soil, but would cause serious floods as well. 冬季即将来临，这些山丘对周围的村庄具有毁灭性的威胁，因为大雨不仅会冲走土壤，而且还会引起严重的水灾。这个句子比较长，它是由3个分句组成的。第一个分句是 Winter was coming on， 第二个分句呢是 The hills threatened the surrounding villages with destruction， 第三个分句是由连词 for 引导的。那么 for 是用于解释前面的句子的意思，对它做出一种解释。在这个分句中，请大家注意，还有一个 not only but as well 这样的结构，不仅而且。Winter was coming on， 冬季快要来临了。那么 come on 是表示季节的降临。我们再来看看 come on 的其他的意思。Rain came on just before daybreak。天快亮的时候开始下起雨来了。Come on 在这里是开始。I can feel a cold coming on。我可以感觉到快要感冒了。我们再来看看 wash away 这个词组，它的意思是冲走、冲掉。下面我们再来看看跟 wash 有关的几个词组。Go and wash that filth off your hands。去把你手上的脏东西洗掉。这里是 wash off. These ink stains won't wash out. 这些墨迹洗不掉。Wash out 意思是洗掉。When the fire had at last been put out, the forest authorities ordered several tons of a special type of grass seed which would grow quickly. 当大火最后被扑灭以后，林业当局订购了几吨特殊的草籽，这种草籽呢生长得很快。Authorities 复数形式，意思是当局或者是官方。The local authorities 地方当局。The military authorities 军事当局。The seed was sprayed over the ground in huge quantities by aeroplanes. 飞机把这种草籽大量的播撒在地上。Seed 是一个不可数名词，所以后面用 was. In huge quantities 是大量的，是一个固定的词组。Spray over 是把什么撒在什么上面。He is spraying water over the flowers. 他把水洒在花上。The plains had been planting seed for nearly a month when it began to rain. By then, however, in many places, the grass had already taken root. 请大家注意一下连词 when 的用法，它在这里不表示当什么的时候，而是在这个时候，也就是说将近1个月以后这样一个点。另外，请注意一下，跟 by then 这样的时间状语连用的是完成时态，这里用的是过去完成时。Take root 生根。下面我们看一个例句。His ideas have taken root in the minds of his followers. 他的主张已经在他的追随者的头脑中扎了根。In place of the great trees, which had been growing there for centuries, patches of green had begun to appear in the blackened soil. 一片片的绿草开始出现在这片焦黑的土地上，代替了很多世纪以来一直生长在那里的参天大树。In place of 是一个介词短语，意思是代替，它的意思呢等同于 instead of。这里呢是一个定语从句 ，which had been growing there for centuries， 修饰 the great trees。Green 在这里呢是名词，它的意思是草地。比如 ，They are dancing on the village green。他们正在村子里的草地上跳舞。在接下来的关键句型中，我们要来看看本课中出现的时态。Firemen had been fighting the forest fires for nearly 3 weeks before they could get it under control. 这个句子中用的是过去完成进行时。那么跟这个时态连用的呢，通常是一段时间 for nearly 3 weeks. The plains had been planting seed for nearly a month when it began to rain. 这里也是过去完成进行时，后面的时间状语也是一段时间 for nearly a month. In place of the great trees which had been growing there for centuries, patches of green had begun to appear in the blackened soil. 这里也是过去完成进行时，连用的时间状语呢也是一段时间 for centuries. Winter was coming on, and the hills threatened the surrounding villages with destruction, for heavy rain would not only wash away the soil, but would cause serious floods as well. 在这个句子中用了3个时态，一个是过去进行时，这里呢 表示过去将来的概念。这里是一般过去时，在这里呢用的是过去将来时 would wash away, would cause. A short time before, great trees had covered the warm ground for miles around. 这里用的是过去完成时，请注意一下这里的时间状语 a short time before 不能够说 a short time ago. Ago 是以现在为基点的之前，而 before 是以过去某个时刻为基点的之前。By then, however, in many places, the grass had already taken root. 这里也用的是过去完成时，那么它的时间状语呢是介词 by 引导的时间状语。这篇课文涉及到了环境保护的问题。环境保护在英文中是 environmental protection。那么对森林的保护在环保中是一项非常重要的内容。我们已经感受到森林的减少正在对我们人类生活、动物乃至全球天气发生了巨大的影响。The reduction of forests is having great impact on human beings, wildlife, and world climate. 所以说，保护森林从某种意义上来讲，也就是保护我们人类的居住地，也就是地球。We have only one Earth after all. 毕竟我们只有一个地球。Okay, that's it for today's session. See you next time.